right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our social media training, specifically talking about Facebook. I have a presentation I'm going to switch over to in just a second so I can kind of follow that as a guide. And I will send each of you. So when I post the link in our group for the recording, I'll post a link to the presentation too, so that if you miss something or you're not able to get notes down fast enough, you'll have access to that. Okay. And then what I'd like to do today is we'll do questions at the end. That way, while I'm presenting, in case there's something I'm going to cover later. So if you have a question, if you could just write it down, and then at the very end, I will do my best. I do have a hard stop at 9:30 because that's when my little one's going to take a nap upstairs, and I cannot afford to ruin the nap. So we do have a hard stop, but I'll do my best to get as many questions as I can answered. And then we do have 2 more days. So I've got a big outline of stuff I'm going to cover. You're going to see today, I'm going to scratch the surface on a lot of stuff, but there's a lot more planned for tomorrow and Friday. Okay. So some of your questions, I might just wait on those because it's all coming. Okay. But feel free to ask questions. Definitely, because if you're thinking it, someone else probably is as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share screen. All right. And hopefully you guys can all see my presentation, and we're going to get started now. All right. So we're focusing on Facebook today. There's so many different social media channels that you can be using, and I guarantee you pretty soon, maybe in the next year, 2 years, there's going to be more and more popping up. But Facebook was the first one I ever used in my business, and there's still so much opportunity here. And so that's why I want to focus on really what Facebook can do for your business, whatever business you're in. Actually, it doesn't even have to be network marketing, which I know is what a lot of us are in. But there's a lot of businesses that can actually benefit from building on social media, specifically Facebook. So before we jump into that, I want to tell you a little bit about me. So I started my corporate career right out of college in sales, and very quickly I went into training and sales leadership. And what I was doing was I was actually training and working with individuals on the team before I was in the leadership or training role, because that's what I'm passionate about. I love to train. I love to see when something clicks with someone that may not have gotten it in the past, and just to see them bloom from there and their career take off. Funny little fact, my husband's actually on this call right now, and I met him because he was in one of my sales training classes. So he was one of my students. Back in 2015, so about 7 years ago, I started to dabble in network marketing, and I realized what incredible opportunity there is, because network marketing was really moving into the social media space. And being a woman who wanted to become a mother, I realized, oh, I can do this on my own time. I really like this. I can do this in my pajamas on the computer, right? Or on my phone. And I moved up to the top 1% of my network marketing company at the time. I left my corporate career, and this became what I did full time. And I primarily built that business using Facebook. So back in 2015, I want you to know this because I think people don't realize how much movement you can make on Facebook. I had 200 friends, you guys, 200. Okay. Today, if you look at my profile, it's up to 4,000. Okay. Facebook has a 5,000 limit, but 200 friends. I did not kick off my career with a massive following. In fact, back in 2014, the only reason I activated my Facebook, it was not even active, was because my husband, boyfriend at the time, said, I want you to activate your Facebook so I can mark you as my girlfriend. That was the only reason I did it. I never used my Facebook. I wasn't interested in using it. I didn't like to check in and show where I was or update anyone. It just really wasn't my thing. I was still working in the corporate world. And I did activate it because I wanted him to mark me as his girlfriend, right? I thought it was super cute that he was really excited to do that. So 2015 rolls around, I've had it active for about a year, but literally do not use it, right? And I started to, right? When I built my business in network marketing on social media, I did a post the very first day I joined. I was really excited, and I saw other people do that. So I thought, okay, I should do that too. And I did that very consistently. It was really the thing that I thought, okay, that's what they're doing, so I got to do it every day. My 3rd month in the business, that's when I really saw all that work pay off. And I share this with you because it really does take about 2 to 3 months to start seeing the fruits of your labor pay off. So what I'm going to teach you in this training, you're going to have to implement more than a month. You're going to have to implement 2 to 3 months to really start seeing the payback. My 3rd month in network marketing, I brought 20 new clients on, and I started to see my team grow, and I started to see rank advancements happening. I started to see my income grow, and that's when I really started realizing, whoa, I could actually take this somewhere. So it takes about 90 days of consistent activity, and I'm going to talk about that activity to start seeing the magic happen, okay? So when you do post on social and you don't get engagement or you don't see it going where you want it to go, you do need to know some strategy, and I'm going to talk about that in this course. I'm going to teach you some things that I know work really well, but you also have to give it time, okay? Excuse me. So why Facebook? I just want to say, first of all, I'm not against Instagram at all, okay? If you have a thriving business that's bringing in people to you, it's creating a team, it's bringing customers on whatever platform you use. I don't care if it's email, if it's working, please keep doing it, okay? Don't stop doing what's working for you. I'm here to show you why if you're not building on Facebook and building very strategically on Facebook, you're missing out on an incredible opportunity, okay? First of all, why do I like Facebook? Facebook is personal. It's a two-way relationship. You can follow people on Facebook, but that's actually not really, the majority of us are not doing that, right? You're not following someone because many of those posts you may not even see. Most of us are sending friend requests, and it's a two-way relationship. I accept you, you accept me. Where on Instagram, you can follow 1,000 people who don't follow you back, right? So it's a one-way relationship. It can be two-way, but it definitely does not have to be. There was less saturation. When you go through your personal feed on Facebook, how many sponsored posts do you guys see? I see maybe 1, 2 max. Lately on my Instagram stories, how many sponsored posts are you seeing? How many are you seeing when you scroll? People are spending a lot of money because you need to spend money to really be seen. There's a simple system to succeed on Facebook. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm not going to blow your mind. I don't think I am. There's nothing I'm going to show you that's earth-shattering. I am going to show you a couple really cool things, but it's simple for you to learn. And here's what's really cool. If you are in network marketing, it's simple to duplicate for your team. And duplication is a big one for me. I don't want to spend $10,000 on ads because who on my downline is going to spend $10,000 on ads, right? That's not duplicatable. There's very few sponsored ads, so we talked about that earlier, on your personal feed. The algorithm is simple on Facebook, and what's really cool is it can be worked in your favor, where sometimes I feel like the Instagram algorithm can work against me in ways, and I've got to really be smart about it. With Facebook, it kind of works for us. I actually really like the Facebook algorithm, and I hope it doesn't change, but who knows, right? Right this minute, take advantage of it because it's a pretty cool algorithm, and I'm going to talk a lot about that. So there's huge capabilities for growth on Facebook. And then Facebook is growing. So recently it became Meta, right? There's money being poured into Facebook to help it grow. Groups are constantly changing and the capabilities in there are changing. So there's opportunity there to take things past your personal feed. And it's a true community, right? You can build a community on Facebook. So let's talk about how you actually do that. All right, these are the things we're going to cover in this week. And each one of these has so many subs underneath. So it's going to be quite a lot of content, but here's what we're going to focus on today. And I want to share this so you don't get off this training and you're thinking, oh my God, she didn't even tell me what to post. We'll get there. Okay. We need to talk about growing your following first, engaging with your following, and then using Facebook as a CRM tool, because I think a lot of you don't realize that you can do that. We need to talk about things before we talk about posting, which will be covered tomorrow, because what is the point of posting if you don't have anyone seeing your posts and there's no engagement, right? So we need to address the first three before we get to the next one. And I know posting is where all of us really want to know, what do I do? How do I post? We will get there, I promise. Okay, so hang tight on that one. Okay, so a couple housekeeping items before we jump into the actual training. Before you grow, I want you to go to your front, not right now, when you get off this call, go to your front page of your Facebook. There's a couple things I want you to do. One, your profile picture needs to be smiling and inviting, and please make it you. The problem with a family picture is you can't see everyone in the picture, okay? So it's really hard to tell who we're looking at. It needs to be you, your face as close as possible to that circle, and it needs to be a smiling, inviting photo, okay? And if you've got an inviting photo that's not a smile, that's okay, but inviting is really the most important part of that, okay? Website links. So I use Linktree. You can go to linktree.com and check that out if you want. It allows me to put multiple websites in there. And then you can actually put two. So you don't need to do Linktree if you don't want. I like having that. And then I have one to the Wellness Shack, which is like our team website. Personally, I don't put any product links up here or links to my business. And I'll tell you why. I don't really like people to buy things without talking to me first. Okay. Sometimes I do put a link on my stories. I'll say, hey, you can grab collagen. Really, I prefer you talk to me though. You won't see me do a ton of that, okay? And most of the time, if we're doing a special, I might do it. But most of the time, I'm directing people to my website or to me. And on my website, they still have to fill out a form. They can't buy anything, okay? And I like to have that conversation because I've had a lot of people buy the wrong stuff and then ask why they can't get into my group or whatever it is. And it's like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what you got, right? I want to talk with you so I can help you and actually have a consult, not just a customer. You got an intro about who you are. Make sure you've got that in there. And then this is important. Did you guys know you can pin a post now on your personal feed? You can pin a post, okay? And I'm going to take you guys at the end of this training. I'm going to show you it's a different one now from when I made this training. You can pin a post that you want people to see when they first add you as a friend. And it's got to be an exciting post, right? And I'll show you my strategy. Actually, we'll get to that at the end. But let's just remember there's a pin post. This is important. You couldn't do this before. You can only do this in a group. You can now do this on your personal feed, and I'll show you guys how I use this. All righty, let's talk about growing your following. If you're not actively growing, you're totally wasting your time on Facebook. Okay, you have to grow. I started at 200 friends, you guys, 200. Okay, so here's my question for you, for all of you. How many of your current friends are currently from your company or already clients of yours? Probably a lot, right? Okay, so you are engaging with your own people, which is great. Keep engaging, but that's not going to build your business. Growing is simple. Don't overcomplicate it. The best way to grow is adding mutual friends of non-business partners, right? Like, Lori, I'm not going to go add your mutual friends because that's not my audience. Adding mutual friends of non-business partners, 10 to 15 requests per day. This is how I grew my business. This is still how I grow my business. Diligently focus 10 to 15 a day. Add. You are not going to get blocked for doing this. When you're using your Facebook as much as I am, I have to be a little bit more careful. Sometimes I log into my husband's account and I do stuff. I don't add friends on his. That doesn't work. But I manage my groups on his because I do a lot of activity. You're going to be fine. 15 requests per day, diligently, every single day. You have to grow your following with mutual friends. It is not weird. You're not going to get weird messages from people. I think I've gotten 2 in 7 years. Who are you? Right? And it's a simple answer. We had a lot of mutual friends, so I figured I'd say hello. I personally only add women. That's who I want to build my team and my customer base with. And I have met some of the most incredible people in the last 7 years, you guys. I'm not kidding. Like, it is not a weird thing. It has been such a blessing. It has truly changed my life. Some of my closest friends now I have met because I added them as a mutual friend. My team, people I genuinely love, people that have helped me so much in my life. I would post, I remember when I had my daughter and I was struggling with a couple things, and it was a friend I added because of a mutual friend connection who helped me discover she had a tongue tie. Like, truly changed each other's lives, right? So don't be weird about it. Be coachable, add mutual friends, 10 to 15 per day. The second way to grow is common interest groups. A common interest group would be like, I'm on a Peloton group, right? And I do sometimes meet some really cool people on that page, and I might send a friend request. This is not your main way of growing though. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay. This is probably like the second, but it doesn't even have to happen as often. If you send 10 to 15 requests per day, you are going to grow your following. You're going to grow your business. Okay. All right, so what do you do with these people when you add them? Let's do some comments in the chat real quick. Have any of you used, I'm in a chicken group, I love it. Have any of you used lists before? Anybody? Okay. Facebook, this is how I talk about Facebook being a CRM tool. So when you add new friends, how do you manage these new relationships? These are the lists I have. So let me go through them, and I'm going to teach you guys how to build lists. Okay. Let's talk about what these lists are. So Peeps Tip CRM, customer resource management tool. I've always said it, but I don't even know. Is that what it is? Yeah, I think it's client or customer resource. Anybody know? I've always said CRM. I think that's what it is. I'll have to look it up and tell you guys though. But it's a tool that manages your client database. It's like a database. That's really what it is. Okay. Okay. So here's my list, guys. Peeps to peep. I'll tell you exactly what that means. And that's my funny little name for it. You can call it whatever you want. If I send you a friend request, Belinda, and you add me, okay, let's pretend we're not with the same company. And I can see, I get a notification, Belinda's accepted my friend request. I'm going to go over to Belinda's Facebook and I'm going to add her to a list and I'll show you guys how to do that. Customer relationship management. Deborah, of course you know that. Thank you. Thank you. But in this case, they're not customers yet, but it's like a database. So we're going to manage everyone that we're connected to. All right. So peeps to peep are my peeps. They're my people who I'm going to check in on. I'm going to add her to that list because she's a brand new friend and I want to nurture that relationship. So I'm going to add her to this list. NWM is my network marketing friends. Okay. Prego new mamas. I've been pregnant quite a few times actually in the last couple of years, but I have 2 babies. So those were my people for a while, right? And they're still my people because if you've got a 1-year-old, we're like in the same phase of life. We didn't sleep for a long time. We're dealing with a lot of the same stuff. We've got teething kids. So those are my people. You're probably, if you don't have a kid in the last like 5 years, you might not have a list that says Prego new mamas, right? If your company launches a clothing line for pregnant women, maybe you do want to have a list called Prego new mamas, right? But these lists, some of them are going to be for your business and what, if you're a photographer, maybe pregnant new mamas make sense for you because you're a baby photographer. So that's a list that I chose. Leads, anyone who has ever shown the slightest bit of interest, anything, any type of interest, okay? Restricted, okay, so everybody has restricted. I didn't create that list. Restricted is created by Facebook, so is acquaintances, and so is close friends. So these bottom 3 are created by Facebook. I don't use close friends. I don't use acquaintances. Restricted would be, let's say you've got someone who you don't want to see your post unless they're public. You could restrict them, okay? It's not a business move, but let's just say you wanted to restrict someone, you could. But these are the ones that I use, okay? These are new friends, people in other network marketing companies, not my network marketing company, pregnant, new mamas, and then leads. Anyone who's ever shown any interest in what I do, whether it's business or product, okay? Any questions? I am going to stop and ask. I know you guys, I'm going to show you how to do this, but I just want to, before I move on, because this is a little new, I think. Okay. All right, let's keep going then. So what happens after you make new friends? Okay. You have to engage. So I'm going to ask you right now, who are you engaging with most on your platform, on social media? Who are you seeing the most of on your feed? The people in your business, right? Probably. Are you engaging? Which is fine, but you're not going to build your business. And so that's why we need to engage with our new friends. And that's why making these lists makes it so much easier to do that. You have to give love to get love. So when you do a post and you wonder, I don't know, no one's commenting on my post. How much love are you giving to people that could potentially be partners in your business? You have to give love to get love. So here's what you want to do. I want to go to my new friends, right? My peeps to peep. And I'm going to try asking a question on that person's stories or posts. So if they have a story up, ask a question. If they have a post, ask a question. If they haven't posted anything, that's okay. And if they have not posted a story, that's okay too. Send them a message and I'm going to get into what I say. And another one is happy birthday messages. Do any of you guys do happy birthday messages? That's one of the easiest ways, right? So especially with brand new friends that you're making, over the course of the year, you know you're going to touch them at least once, all right? But these ones right over here are the most important because you want to do that right away, right when you first build that relationship. So let's talk about what you say. So comment on a post or a story. I love that dress. Where is it from? So cute. How old are your kiddos? The reason a question is so important, let's get back to that Facebook algorithm. I go over to Lori's page and I say, love that dress. Where is it from? If she comments back, I got it from Anthropology, guess what Facebook now says? whoa, Lori and Z are friends. Next time Z posts, I'm going to flash it in front of Lori. When you do a post and you don't get traction, it's not because people don't like you or only Shackley people are seeing it, right? Or whatever company you're with, right? It's because that's who Facebook thinks you want to see it. That's who Facebook sees you engaging with. So Facebook says, oh, we're just going to show it to these people. I can't tell you how many times I have someone say to me, did you see that post I did? And I go, no, I didn't actually see that post that you did. People aren't engaging not because they don't like you, not because they don't like your post. Many people are not seeing it, okay? However, when you ask a question and that person takes the time to respond to you, all of a sudden, now the algorithm is magic. Now, if you don't have anything to comment on a post or a story, that's okay. Not everybody has something posted. Send them a private message. Hey there, it's great to connect. I saw we have a bunch of mutual friends, so I figured we'd probably have a lot in common as well. Nice to meet you. You could add a question like, how's your day going? Totally up to you if you want them to engage back. I do usually get pretty good responses if I send it right away. Okay, if I send it right away. Now, this is super important. Remember, we're going to talk about posting tomorrow, but I just want you to understand when you do start to connect with people. So Lori and I just connected. I send Lori a comment. Love that dress. Where's it from? What's Lori going to do before she comments on my comment? She's going to go over to my Facebook profile and check me out. Like, who is this girl? She might have already done it when I sent her the friend request, right? Who is this person that just messaged me? Let me look through her profile pictures. Now, when you click on a Facebook profile picture, where does it take that person? If you have stories up, it will take them to your story. So Lori goes over to my page. She wants to know who I am. I just sent her a friend request. She clicks on my profile pic. But if I have stories up, she's going to see my stories. That's why it is so important that if you're going to start building your Facebook, you are actively putting posts and stories up. The people who add you are going to go and check you out. You need to have engaging posts and engaging stories. Make sense? And I'm going to talk about how to do that tomorrow. Okay. But I just want you to see how it's all part of this puzzle that fits together beautifully if you're working all those little moving parts. Excuse me. Whoops, that was not correct. Hold on, I'm going to go back. Share screen. Where'd we go? Okay. All right, what just happened? Let's go back. Okay, so we're right here. Let me go into slideshow mode though. Okay, so let's talk about that process again. Number one, send friend requests to mutual friends every single day, 15 a day. Add those new friends to a list. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. Engage with those new friends on their posts and stories every single day. And if you're constantly adding new friends, you will always have new friends to add to a list. 15 are not going to accept you every day. That's okay. If you're doing 15 a day, you're going to be moving that needle up. And I was watching that number of mine. Like, how many friends do I have? How many friends do I have? I wanted to increase my reach. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some homework before I jump into actually showing you how to do this. Number one, I'm going to post this video on our Facebook group page, okay? In the comments, I want you to go in there. It's going to take probably about 30 minutes before Zoom actually sends me the link. So once I post the recording up, I want you to comment with how many friends you have on Facebook right now. This is not a popularity contest. I started out with 200. It's an accountability piece, okay? So I just want to hold us all accountable. I want you to send 15 mutual friend requests today. When you go to send mutual friends, you are going to see a lot of people pop up from your current life and your current company, okay? You need to scroll past those suggested friends. If you're able to look at your cell phone right now, in fact, it's a lot easier to add mutual friends on your cell phone. So go ahead and go to your Facebook on your cell phone and go to your notifications on Facebook. Unless you've turned it off, you should have friend suggestions right on your notifications page. You just scroll down and it'll say people you know, and then it'll say see all. Okay, and then you'll see friends pop up. Make sure to click on their profile first and see who those mutual friends are. Right away, I found someone who lives right here in Fresno. We've got tons of mutual friends, not related to my business. She's a mom. Like, I'm surprised we're not friends yet. I just sent her a request. Okay. Did you guys all see that? People you know off the notification screen? No. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me see.
Clicked on friends, right?
No, go to your notifications. And I see some questions, which I'll get to in just a minute. Do you see it under notifications on your Facebook?
I don't see notifications. I see friends and then requests and then your friends.
Okay, so if you're on your, just go to your Facebook app. On the bottom, it should say home, groups, pages, feeds, and notifications. Do you see that?
You go on your private, you go on your own profile, right?
Actually, it doesn't matter what page you're on because the very, very bottom of the app is a, it says like home, groups, pages. It's almost like a navigation bar at the bottom.
Oh, home. Yeah. Okay.
You see that? Okay, so click on notifications.
I don't see the word.
You don't have one that says notifications?
It's a bell.
It's a bell.
It's a bell.
Oh,
Yes,
it's a bell. Oh, it's a bell. Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. So if you scroll down past the top notifications, you'll see people, friends requests, or people you know, people you may know. That's what it says.
Yeah.
People you may know.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And then it says see all. Okay, so that's how I find it the easiest way to do that. Okay.
I don't see all.
After the list.
After the list of people you know at the bottom, it'll show you see all.
It just keeps going on forever and ever.
Yeah. I only want you to do 15 a day though. Okay. If you go too crazy, Facebook is going to.
These are people on notifications. These are people that have already commented and people I know.
Right. So notifications is going to give you people you know, but the people you may know is people you're not connected to. So here's what I'll do, you guys. I'll go ahead after we're done and I'll do a screenshot video of how and I'll put this on our page, okay? Since I can't share my phone on here, and I'll show you guys exactly how I do that.
Okay.
I want to show you the homework screen one more time, and then I'll jump into, let's see. Stop that. Oh, sorry. Okay, what am I doing? Here we go. Right here. I want you to create your lists, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well, how to create a list. So I want you to think what your lists are going to be. Don't go too wild, right? Have some kind of peeps to peep. You can call it whatever you want, new friends, whatever, right? But have a list like that. Definitely have a leads list. Those are people who have ever shown interest. And you can just keep it at those two if you want. You can create a customer list if you want. Totally up to you, but at least have those two people who you're going to nurture the relationship with, and people who've ever shown interest, leads. When you start getting new friends in the next couple of days, I want you to add them to a list, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I want you to print out your Facebook list. So I saw a question about how I manage relationships that I'm not interacting with anymore, or people that I don't. Print out your Facebook list, and I'm going to show you tomorrow exactly what I do with that. So I want you to print it out today, and then tomorrow I'm going to show you how I use that. Okay. So let's actually dive in, and I'm going to show you. I have to stop that share, do a new share. I'm going to show you exactly how to do what we just talked about. Okay. Okay, so we're on my Facebook right now. Let's pretend I'm actually going to go to my gal Erica, who is on my team. And by the way, Erica is someone that has primarily been building on Instagram. And in the last couple of months, she was kind of frustrated with a couple of things with her business. And I taught her everything I showed you right now on Facebook. And she is really good about doing exactly what you tell her to do. She's super coachable. She is totally crushing it in her business. And within 6 weeks, it didn't take 90 days. It could take 90 days, but in 6 weeks, she was like, I cannot believe how much easier this is and how much traction I'm getting. And I hate the word easy, but it's simple, right? It's working. And I think things feel easy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Things feel easy when we see feedback on what we're doing, right? It feels easy because you're getting rewarded for your activity. And that's exactly what she started to notice. So I'm on her page right now. Let's pretend she's a new friend that just added me. Do you see this blue friends button over here? Okay, so she just accepted my friend request. I got a notification. Erica has accepted your friend request. I'm going to go over here to the friends button, edit friend list. I'm going to teach you guys how to make lists in just a minute, but let's say edit friend list. Okay, I'm going to add her to one of my top 3. Now she's not in there because she's already on my team. I don't have a team list. I have a team page. You could, if you want, you could take this as far as you like, but I would add her to Peeps to Peep. Okay, I would add her. You guys could please mute your lines. Please.
Something like that. Switch and save with Geico. It's easier than you think.
What is going on? Geico? Okay. Do you guys see?
One way. Piping hot straight from the fryer.
Hold on.
But they're both sure piping hot straight from the fryer.
Let me see who's
Order
not
today on
muted.
the KFC app or KFC.com.
Okay, I think we are good. Okay, so that's how you add to a friends list. Now let's talk about how you actually create a list. I'm going to go over here to my menu and I'm going to click on my friends. Okay, do you see where it says custom list? Okay, right down here, I'm going to create a list. List name, that's it. You're just going to go to the menu, friends, and then create list. And then whatever you want to call it and go ahead and confirm. Any questions so far?
So with the friends, hi Z, it's Ria.
Hi.
With the friends that you create in that list, would they see the name of the list or?
They have no idea. They can't see anything.
So like I can call it leads or something like that.
Oh yeah, they have no idea.
It's going to be fine. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks.
Yep. Nobody can see your list or what list they're on or anything. It's completely private.
All right, great.
I think there was one other thing I told you guys I want to show you. Hold on. Let me see if I forgot what it was. There was something up ahead. Did I cover it yet? Let's see. Oh, I wanted to show you the pinned post. So let me share screen again and take you back to Facebook pinned post. So let's go to my profile right here. Okay, so the pinned post I have right now is my before and after because I'm really proud of it and I put a lot of work to get there. And so this post is from February 15th, but it is pinned. And the way you pin a post is any post that you create, you can click on these little dots and you can, it says unpin, but it's going to give you the option to pin if it's not currently pinned. Now, here's what I do. I just had a girl finish she's actually 2 weeks into the gut health program that I run. And she just gave me her results yesterday. And I said, hey, do you mind if I post them? So I went to the comment section of my pinned post. I posted her photo and I said, so proud of you, Nora Lynn. Just 2 weeks into our 3-week program, 9 pounds down. You're amazing. And best of all is how amazing you told me you feel. What this is going to do is it's going to notify all these other people who commented that there's a new comment on this old post. And it's going to drive this old post to people's feeds. Okay, the other thing it's going to do is when someone comes to see my Facebook, let's say I sent Erica a friend request and she accepts me, she's going to come over here, she's going to click over here, and then she's probably going to check out my first couple of stories. I want her to see this one because I run a gut health group every single month. I want her to see it, I want her to read it, and then she can see other stuff in my life. Excuse me. Does that make sense how you pin a post? Okay, so you want a good post that you're really proud of, something that business related, but it tells a story. We're going to talk about how we do that tomorrow. Okay.
Z, how do you print out your friends list?
So it's a detailed explanation of how to do it. And I've pre-scheduled it on our social media group at 9:30 this morning. The instructions are going to pop up. So you'll see them on there. The recording might not be up till a little bit later. I have to wait for Zoom to send it to me. And then I'm going to be stepping out for a little bit. So the recording will come up later today, but the instructions on how to print will be posted exactly 9:30.
And a silly question is, how do I see the total number of friends I have? Where
It
did,
should be on your profile, right? Hold on, let me see. Because if you look when I took a screenshot, you know what? If you go right to your profile page and scroll down, you should see it. Probably just a couple scrolls down on the left-hand side, right under friends.
is that under the homepage?
It's under your feed, so it's on your profile page, your personal page.
Okay.
You guys all have a lot more friends than when I started.
I'm still trying to look for it, but I don't want to hold the group up. So I'm going to look at my profile.
Okay,
Let's
just
see.
message me if you need any help
Yeah.
with it, but it's right on
Yeah.
your profile. Just scroll right where it says friends. It'll list some of your friends. It'll be right there. But I can help you if you can't find it. And really, the number of friends is not important. I can tell you that right now, because you could have 4,000 friends and 0 engagement, right? Growing is important because we need new relationships. But if you have, it's not a who has the most. It's we want to constantly grow, build new relationships, and then nurture those relationships. Okay. Perfect. You found it. Okay. Ashley, wow, you've got a lot. Okay. So this is going to be really helpful for you tomorrow, Ashley, because we are going to want to weed through those because I'm in the same boat as you. We're going to hit our limit really soon of 5,000 friends. Okay. So we want to make sure we're connected to who we need to be connected to. But also, you are not going to be, you're probably not going to send 15 friend requests a day if you've already gotten up to the 4,000 mark. What I want you to do is what we're going to talk about tomorrow is how to manage your current friends, add them to lists, okay? And how to unfriend people who you don't need to be connected to, okay? Because you are going to connect with some people and go, well, that person is just not my tribe at all. Like this is just not a lot. Most of the time I've met amazing people. Sometimes it's okay. That's not the person you're going to be connected to. And so you're going to unfriend and they probably don't even know it.
And actually that was, if I could just suggest that when you mentioned add 10 to 15 people a day and we saw how many people are on that suggested list, I always go to their profile first because sometimes there are sketchy people that find you on Instagram or other places. So before I bring them in, with this new assignment, I want to make sure that they're.
Yes. So if it's people that sent you a friend request, definitely go and do the homework first. For me, if I find a female that lives in Fresno that has 85 mutual friends with me, I'm going to probably assume we're good, right? Like she's a local person and we've got tons of mutual friends. But yes, if someone sends me a friend request, I am definitely, my alerts up on that a bit. Okay. And same with the people you're adding, you do want to go to their profile for another reason. You do want to have mutual friends. I don't want you to go out and just send a bunch of friend requests to someone who have one mutual friend with. I try to find a significant number of mutual friends that are not in my current business. Okay. And like I said, I only add women, right? The only men I'm connected to either work with me or they know my husband, family, right? And that's just personally, that's who my clientele is. But that might not be for you and it doesn't have to be. You have to kind of figure out what's right for you. Most of the time for me, if it's someone local that's got a bunch of mutual friends with me, it's probably going to be someone that's solid. Yeah, but do your homework. And that's why we don't say do more than 15. So you have the time to really to look at their profile and make sure that's someone you want to be connected with. Okay. All right. I will post the homework up. I will post the recording and then the instructions to print your Facebook list are automatically going to post. And I will see you back here tomorrow at the same time.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
So
Thanks for
helpful.
hopping on, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
It was great.
Have a great day.
You as well. Thank you.